of my skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know that hate is deeper than the color of my skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement. Ride incitement, shit, well there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, our brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, low nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no parchments, big payback. You crackers got red in your margins. Why? They broke every treaty, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They carved their face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis at Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stayed defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
Soda's only 99 cents.
Yo. There's pressure that comes with the block. You could end up inside of a box when you get your knob buzzed by an op after getting set up by a thought. Opportunity, it doesn't knock. No, that sound right there be the cops. Yep. And all of that stress that we talking still beats punching the clock. You think I want to sweep your floor from 8 to 4? Fuck, I want to take your orders for when your favorite star got an Audemars that's worth more than mama's car. Type of shit make you want to say fuck the law. When your rent's due and your piss poor, nigga, we don't even own our own corner store. So quarter waters cost a quarter more, huh? Want to be an entrepreneur? We want sign checks. We want work for ourselves. We want on the nets. You're too much of a threat when you're on your own assets. So the only thing they show us is how to be an outlet. So we won't connect. They say hi like hola. Listen to Hova. Whip up a Rover. Been watching Power. Tommy and Ghost, bruh. So I need some powder. Fish scale and soda for 99 cents.
It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it sense. You see, the money is the motive. Repeat my history, crack cocaine is like the motif. It's plain and simple, way back then my mother hustled. It's in my blood, so I feel like it's time to grind, just like the times when niggas lie. Hold up, back then was the bad days, motherfuckers push mad weight. I was a crack baby, tell me nothing about my mother and the struggle. See, I love it in the sluggers, trying to smoke when she hustle, selling everything in the house, goddamn. She ain't give a damn about a spouse, goddamn. So my oldest brother had to man up, had to take care of us in the piece with 4 kids. And one on the way with no clip, no food in the fridge, no support shit. Got food stamps from the neighbors. Ty worth, he ain't ask no favors. Late night, he was shot bodegas. Over bread and some meat, some mayo. Kool-Aid had about 4 flavors. And when Ty went to cash out, Aki lashed out. Told him he'd take food stamps. $15 for that kid, fuck all that shit. Then the young nigga noticed that he could be the coldest. Take back what they owed us. Whole world on the shoulders. No food in the kitchen but the stove work. $10 in the sack and he pointed to the back, say, "Aight, let me get that soda." 99 cents. It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Yeah.
So let me get this shit straight. So I gotta go take out loans to go to school, to get a job, just to pay for the loans I took out in the first place? I'm looking at this arm and hammer like I should have a hammer in my arm right goddamn now. Shit ain't make no sense. Lord, make it make sense. Goddamn.
Baking soda's only 99 cents. Hey, it's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Only 99. Hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Yeah.
A house or a laptop? Which one do you think is worth more? Well, definitely not the house, because it not only costs
all jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, I'm this and that for life. I'm always for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive us for forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. It's pump smoke, never try to. The day that home, my brother be the day that sold out on. Either fold or salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told him I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth out of show? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better. Keep it on, yeah, yeah.
Good enough. On the show. I do what I got.
I.S.U.P.K, Shamayam, Wa-Rataza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Ragarka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalika, Al-Yad, Yam Yakah, Yawam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wa'arak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Ma'akalarai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'athka, Wabu'athka, Mayath, Mayatha, Wa'ad Awalam, most high in Christ. This is the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Most High. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Most High is thy keeper. The Most High is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Most High shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Salaki, Chupa Wayala, put a one in the chat if you can hear us, Baba Kashai. Salaki. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damalakah, Al-Dakarash, Wa'al-Tashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahamam, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawadah, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Salakia, Wanakakiram, Magaria, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'Allah, Awada, Kaya, Nawa'ai-Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al-Yakah, Barath, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Wa, Yashamai, Al-Yah, Allah, Yam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palasha Af, I'm Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hawawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham,
Kamadium.
Kamajin.
Kasha'a.
Kasaya.
Sara'a.
Sara'a.
Kayaban.
Kayabian.
Salakia. Banakal.
Banakal.
Kayash.
Koyash.
Koyash 1.
Koyash one. That's not correct. Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan da'ara.
Bayan Dayara.
Ba'ayan da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman. La'adama.
La'adama.
La'adama. Shayatamwa.
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 Nada.
Nada. Yabmawa.
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 Karab.
Ka'arab.
Wakarabba.
Wakazaba.
Salakia. Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal.
Manai.
Mana'ai.
Kaunai Sakamwa.
Kal Nasaya Kumwa.
Kaunai Sayakamwa.
Kal Nasaya Kumwa.
Ashar.
Ashar. Amarwa.
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 Naya Rush.
Shah.
Naya Arashwa.
Naya Rasha.
Salakia. Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ath.
Ath.
Naha.
Na'awat.
Na'awath.
Na'awat.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagargula.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
La
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka.
Kaash.
Ka'ash.
Dabra Ira Ira.
Dabya Ira. Wakala Haba.
Wakala Haba.
Wakala Haba. Dahalat.
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 Harayam.
Harayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Dara Datma.
Daradatma.
Basaya Ra.
Basaya Raka.
Basaya Raka.
Basaya Raka.
Wabasha.
Wabasa. Wapatka.
Wapathka.
Wapatka. Tabahalam.
Dabahalam.
Dabahalam.
Mala.
Mala'a. Panyaham.
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 Kalawan.
Kwalawan.
Wa'ai.
Wayabakwashwa.
Salakia. Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa. Yabashwa.
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 Walaba Allah. Waya.
Bahalwa.
Baharwa.
Waya Bahalwa.
Ida I.
Ija Id.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya Kaparwa.
Waya Badawa.
Abadwa.
Waya Abadwa.
Waya Abadwa.
Waya
Da'awa.
Dawa.
Waya Dawa.
Kaya Alata.
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Ata.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Kaharatazar.
Al-Kaharatazar. Most High Christ. Wow, job, bro. This is the Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be in no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, and with the inhabitants of Tyre. I.S.U.P.K also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto Midianites, as to Sisera, As to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a rib, and like Zeb. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah, and as Almuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stumble before the wind, as the it's like you. As the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
This is the prayer for the power, structure, and blessings of in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? Why Maka'Allah? Why Alahayim? Ma Taza Slakia. Mataza Biyah. Alawap Yahanna. Ha Lawap. Ha Alawapium. Ha Saranyam. Ha Quartaz Salakia. Ha Quartaz Hakwatazayanyam.
There you go. Hakwatazayanyam.
Hakaka Slakia. Hakak ya Layam. Hakal
Yayalyam.
Waha Akwathiam. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
This is in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commandant General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Sir, I'm in turn. Yashabia, may be seated. Baba Kashar. Again, this is the I.S.U.P.K Sabbath service. You understand? We're getting ready to start off. We're going to start off in Leviticus, the 2nd chapter, in the 15th verse in the Hebrew. Then we're going to go, after that, we're going to read, understand, the English. What we do is, in our tradition, is we read 7 verses, you understand, for each series, and we read them 7 times, man. So this is the... This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wanakath, it's like a Wanathath, Al-Yah, Shaman, Washamath, Al-Yah, Labana, Manatha, it's like a Manakah, Hawa'ah, verse 16, Wahakwa Tayar, Hakahan, Ath, Azakarat Katha, it's like Azakaratha, Magaresha, Wamasha, Manah, Al, Kal, Labanatha, Asha, La Yahweh. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Zakab, Salaki, Zabak, Shalamayam, Kwara Banawa, Man, Habakar, Hawa'a, Makarayab, Zakar, Nakaba, Tamayam, Yakwara, Yabanawa, Lapane Yahweh. Verse 2, Wasamak, Yadwa, Al, Ra'ash, Kwarabanawa, Washakatawa, Pathak, Ahal, Mawa'id, Waza, Rakawa, Banya, Aharan, Hakahanayim, Ath, Hadam, Al, Hama Zabak, Sabiyab, verse 3. Waha Kwarayab, Mazabak, Hasha Lamayam, Asha La Yahwa Ath, Haka Lab, Hama Kasa Ath, Hakarab Wa'at Kal, Hakalab Ashar Al, Hakarab, verse 4, Wa'at Shatya, Hakalayath Wa'at, Hakalab Ashar Alayan, Slaka Alahan, Ashar Al, Hakasalayam, Wa'at, Haya Thorath, Al, Hakabar, Slaka Hakabad, Al, Hakala Yawath, Yasa Yarana, verse 5. Waha Kwa Tayarawa, Atwa Banya, Aharan, Hama Zabaka, Al, Ha'ila, Ashar, Al, Ha'atazayim, Ashar, Al, Ha'ash, Ashar, Rayak, Nayakak, La Yahweh.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2 and verse 15. And thou shalt put oil upon it and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. Verse 16. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, and verse 1. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. Verse 2. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's son, the priest, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. Verse 3. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. Verse 4. And the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the cow above the liver with the kidneys, it shall be taken away. Verse 5. And Aaron's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of sweet savior unto the Lord.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 3, verse 6 in the Hebrew. Wa'am, man, hataza'an, kwarabanawa, la zabak, shalamayam, la Yahweh zakar, awa, nakwaba, tamayam, yakorayab nawa. Verse 7, kashab, hawa'a, makarayab, at, karayab nawa, waha karayab, Atwa Lapanya Yahweh, verse 8. Wasamak At Yadwa Al Ra'ash Kwarabanawa Washakat Atwa Lapanya Ahal Mawa'id Waza Rakawa Banya Aharan Ath Damawa Al Hamazabak Sabiyab, verse 9. Wahakorayab, Mazabak, Hashalamayam, Asha, La Yahweh, Kalabwa, Salaka, Ha'alahayam, Salaka, Ha'ala Tamayama, La Aimath, Ha'ai Taza, Yasa Ya Rana, Wa'ath, Ha Kalab, Hama Kasa, Ath, Ha Kwarab, Wa'ath, Kal, Ha Kalab, Ashar, Al, Ha Karab, verse 10. Wa'ath, Shatwa, it's like a Shatya, Ha Kalayat, Wa'ath, Ha Kalab, Ashar, Alahan, Ashar, Al, Haka Salayam, Wa'ath, Haya Tharath, Al, Hakabad, Al, Hakalayath, Sabaya, Slakin, Yasa, Yana, verse 11. Waha Kwa Tayarawa, Hakahan, Hamazabaka, Lakam, Asha, La Yahweh, verse 12. Salakia. Isaiah, Kwarabonawa, Wahakwara, Yabawa, La Yahweh, Salakia, La Panya Yahweh.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, and verse 6. And his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord be of the flock, male or female. He shall offer it without blemish. Verse 7. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord. Verse 8. And if he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Aaron's son shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. Verse 9. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The fat thereof and the whole rump, it shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys and the Salakia. Verse 10. And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the cow above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. Verse 11. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So if you're just paying attention or just tuning in, you understand what he's doing is giving a breakdown on how to sacrifice these, lambs or he lambs or she lambs without blemish unto the Lord. You understand? You want to give, when you're giving something to the Lord, you want to make sure it's perfect, man. You understand? And that's what we do when we go out on these corners, man. We go out and do what thus said the Lord, and we do it in its perfectness, man. So we have become those sacrifices, but this is our tradition, what the priests would do and how they would prepare the lamb, you understand, to give it as a sacrifice unto the Most High, man. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 12. And his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 13 in the Hebrew. Wasamak at Yadwa, Yadwa al Ra'ashawa, Washa kat Atwa Lapanya Ahal Mawa'id, Wazarakwa Banya Aharan at Damawa al Hamazabak Sabiyab. Verse 14, Waha Kwarayab Mama Nawa Kwarab Nawa Asha La Yahweh Ath Hakalab Hamaka Sa Ath Hakarab Wa'ath Kal Hakalab Ashar Al Hakarab. Verse 15, Wa'ash Shatya Hakalayat Wa'ath Hakalab Ashar Alahan Ashar Al Haka Salayam Wa'at Haya Karat. It's like a Hayathorath Al Hakabad Al Hakalayat Yasaya Rana. Verse 16. Waha Kwa Tayaram Hakahan Hama Zabaka Lakam Asha Larayak Nayakak Kal Kalab La Yahweh. Verse 17. Kakwat Iwalam Ladarat Yakum Bakal Mawashabat Yakum Kal Kalab Wakal Dam La'ah Ha'akalwa. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 1. Wayadabar Yahweh al Maisha la Amar, verse 2. Dabar al Banya Yasha'ala la Amar, Napash Kaya, Taka Ta'a, Basha Gaga, Makal, Matazawat, Yahweh Ashar la'a, Ta'aishana, Wa Aisha, Ma'akat, Mahana.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, and verse 13. And he shall lay his hands upon the head of it and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. Verse 14. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. Verse 15, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the cow above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. Verse 16, and the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord's.
And real quick, Salaki, if I may, we say a sweet savor. That means you know when something cooking, right? Sis, I know you can attest to this. When something cooking, it's like you can smell it before you get to the house. You understand? Esau ain't like that. He ain't got no sweet savor. He don't know what a sweet savor is. His sweet savor is salt and pepper. He might not even use no damn salt. You understand? So when it says a sweet savor, it means it smells good. You understand? And again, it's a sacrifice unto the Most High. So the Most High, like, yeah, that's my children cooking right there. I know my children by when they cook, man. You understand? Keep going, bro.
Verse 17. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations.
For your what?
For your generations.
So if it's a generation, that means it keeps generating, right? So that means if you was to have a child, it stops.
Not one God.
You sure? No, it don't stop if it's a generation. If you had a son, it's going to keep going. It's a trick question. It's a lot. But like it says, it shall be a perpetual statute for your generations. You understand? I mean, it's something that's got to continues to go all the time, man. So again, right now in captivity, this is a generation. So it has to continue to go, man. But now, again, with that being said, the sacrifice that we have unto the Most High is just like what we did when we had the Feast of Unleavened Bread, or when we had, you understand, so like the 54th annual Passover, man. We sacrificed that lamb. And if you seen brothers at the lamb slaughter, you understand everything that you just read, that's what we did, man. We got rid of the cars, we got rid of the kidneys, we got rid of these things. You understand? Some brothers is going to be using the hide for a Passover garment, and I can't wait to see it, sis. You understand? Both sides of Christ. But it's like we're still continuously keeping our culture, man. The Christian church will never teach you that, man. You understand? The Muslim mosque will never teach you that, man. Because guess what? They don't have the unadulterated 100% truth, man. Keep going, bro.
Verse 17, it shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them. That's the end of it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 3 in the Hebrew. HaKahan, HaMashayak, Yaka, Ta'ah, La'a Shamat, Ha'aim, Wahakoreab, Al, Kata'atwa, Ashar, Kata'ah, Bakar, Ban, Bakar, Tamayam La Yahweh, Laka Ta'at, verse 14. Wahaka Ba'at, Slaka, Wahaba Ya'ah, At, Hapar, Al, Patak, Ahal, Mawa'ai, Lapanya Yahweh, Wasamak, At, Yadwa, Al, Ra'ash, Hapar, Washakat, At, Hapar, Lapanya Yahweh, verse 15. Wakwa, Walakwak, Hakahan, Hamashayak, Madam, Hapar, Wahabaya'ah, Athwa al Ahal Mawa'id, verse 6. Watabal Hakahan al Slakat Atazab Iwa Badam Wahazaha Slak Wahaza Man Hadam Shabai Pa'aimayam Lapanya Yahawa Ath Panya Paraka Slak Parakat Hakadash Wanatan Hakahan Man Hadam Al Karabanawat Mazabak Quatarath Hasa Mayam Lapanya Yahawa Ashab Ahal Mawa'id Wa'ath Kal Dum Hapar Yashapak Al Yasawad Mazabak Ha'ila Aisha Patak Ahal Mawa'id, verse 8. Wa'ath Kal Kalab Par Haka Ta'ath Yarayim Mamanawa Ath Hakalab Hamakasa Al Hakarab Wa'ath Kal Hakalab Ashar Al Hakarab, verse 9. Wa'ath Shatya Hakalayat Wa'at Hakalab Ashar Alayahan Ashar Al Hakasalayam Wa'at Haya Dorath Al Hakabad Al Hakalayawat Yasa Yerana.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, in verse 4. Verse 3. Yeah, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 3. If the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin, which he hath sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. Verse 4. And he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, and shall say his hand upon the bullock's head, and kill the bullock before the Lord. Verse 5. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation.
So it's lucky, just to give you, the premise of what's going on. Understand? First, we went into, the sacrifice of giving a he lamb or, a she lamb unto the Most High. Now, you understand this sacrifice, because again, it said for a sweet savor. So this is something that we would eat and that we would, sacrifice unto the Lord, understand. But now, more so, what it's doing is this is because of something you've transgressed. You understand? Sin is the transgression of the law. So when you break the law, therefore you are in sin. So now what is being said is whenever you are in sin, these are the things that you would have to do, you understand, in our culture to, atone for your sins unto the Most High. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 6. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the veil of the sanctuary. Verse 7. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 8. And he shall take off from it all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. Verse 9, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the cow above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Ka'ashar, Yara, Yawaram, Mashawar, Zabak, Hashalamayam, Wahakwata Yaram, Hakahan Al, Mazabak, Ha'ailah, verse 11. Ra'ath, Iwar, Hapar, Wa'ath, Kal, Basharwar, Al, Ra'ashawah, Wa'al, Kara'ayar, Wakarabwa, Waparasha, Waparashwa, verse 12. Watazaya, Ath, Ka, Hapar, Al, Makawataza, Lamakana, Al, Makawam, Tahawor, Al, Shapak, Hadashan, Washa, Rap, Atwa, Al, Itaziyum, Ba'ash, Al, Shapak, Hadashan, Yasharap, verse 13. Wa'am, Kal, Idath, Yasha'ala, Yashagawa, Wana Alam, Dabar, Ma'ayanaya, Hakahar, Wa'aishawa, Atha, Akath, Makal, Matazawat, Yahweh, Ashar, La'ah, Ta'aisha, Yana, Wa'aishamwa, verse 14. Wada'ai, Haka Ta'ath, Ashar, Kata Wa'a, Kata Awa, Alaya, Waha Koryab Wa, Hakahal, Par, Ban, Bakar, Lakata Ath, Wahaba Ya'awa, Athwa, Lapanya, Ahal, Mawa'id, verse 15, Wasamakwa, Zakanya, Ha'ida, Ath, Yada Yahum, Al Ra'ash, Hapar, Lapanya, Yahweh, Rasha Kat, Ath, Hapar, Lapanya, Yahweh. Verse 16, Wahaba Ya'ah, Hakahan, Hamashayak, Madam, Hapar, Al, Ahal, Mawa'id.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, and verse 10. As it was taken off from the bullock of the sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering. Verse 11, and the skin of the bullock and all his flesh, with his head, and with his leg, and his inwards, and his dung. Verse 12, even the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp unto a clean place, where the ashes are poured out, and burn him of the wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out shall he be burnt. Verse 13, and if the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, and the thing he hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty. Verse 14, when the sin which they have sinned against it is known, then the congregation shall offer a young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 15, and the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before the Lord, and the bullock shall be killed before the Lord. Verse 16, and the priest that is anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 17 in the Hebrew. Watabal, Hakahan, Atazab Aywa, Man, Hadam, Zahaza, Shabai, Pa'ai mayam lapanya Yahweh at panya haparakath. Verse 18. Waman hadam yatan al koranat hamazabak ashar lapanya Yahweh ashar ba'ahal mawa'id wa'at kal hadam yashapak al yasawad mazabak ha'ila ashar patak ahal mawa'id. Verse 19. Wa'at kal kalabawa yarayam mamanawa wahakwatayar hamazabak hamazabaka. Verse 20. Wa aisha lapar ka ashar aisha lapar haka ta'at kan ya aisha lawa wakapar alaham hakahan wanasalak laham. Verse 21. Wahawatazaya what's like it? Wahawatazaya at hapar al maka wataza lamakana wa sharap atwa ka ashar sharap at hapar hara ashawan kataat hakahal hawa'a. Verse 22. Ashar nashaya'a yakata'a wa aisha akat makal matazawat Yahweh alahayawa ashar la'a ta aisha naya. It's like a ta aisha yana basha gaga wa asham. Verse 23. Awa hawadai alayawa kata atawa ashar kata'a baha wahab ya'a at karab yanawa. It's like a karab nawa sha'ayar Isayam zakar tamayam.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, and verse 17. And the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood and sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, even before the veil. Verse 18. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar which is before the Lord, that is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 19. And he shall take all his fat from him and burn it upon the altar. Verse 20. And he shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering. So shall he do with this, and the priest shall make an atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. Verse 21. And he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp, and burn him as he burned the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. Verse 22. When a ruler hath sinned and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his God concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty. Verse 23. Or if his sin wherein he hath sinned come to his knowledge, he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 4, verse 24 in the Hebrew. Wasamak Yadwa al Ra'ash Hasha'ayar Washakat Atwa Bama Kawam Ashar Yashakat At Ha'ila Lapanya Yahweh Kata'at Hawa'a. Verse 25. Walakwak Hakahan Madam Hakata'at Ba'atazaba Iwa Wana Thun Al Karanat Mazabak Ha'ila Wa'at Damawa Yashapak al Yasawap, Salak Yasawad, Mazabak Ha'elah. Verse 26, Wa'ath Kal Kalabawa, Yaqua Tayar, Hama Zabaka, Kakalab Zabak, Hasha Lamayam, Wa Kapar, Al Yawa, Hakahan, Makata Athwa, Wana Salak, Lawa, verse 27. Wa'am Napash Atak, it's like Akath, Taka Ta'a, Basha Gaga, Ma'aim, Ha'arataza, Ba'aishata, Akat, Mamatazawat, Yahweh, Ashar, La'a, Ta'aishayano, it's like Ta'aishayana, Wa'asham, verse 28. Awa, Hawai, it's like Hawadai, Alayawa, Kata Athwa, Ashar, Kata'a, Wahaba Ya'a, Kwarayab Nawa, Slaka, Kwarab Yunawa, Wa'ai, Slaka, Sha'ai Yarath, Izayum, Tamaya, Slaka, Tama Yama, Nakwaba, Al, Kata Athwa, Ashar, Kata'a, verse 29. Wasamak Ath Yadwa Al Ra'ash Haka Ta'ath Washakat Ath Haka Ta'ath Bamakawam Ha'ila, verse 30. Wala Kwak Hakahan Madama Ba'atazab Iwa Wanathan Al Quaranath Mazabak, Ha'ela, Wa'at, Kal, Dama, Yashapak, Al, Yasawad, Hamazabak.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4, and verse 24. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat and kill it in the place where they kill the burnt offering before the Lord. It is a sin offering. Verse 25. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. Verse 26. And he shall burn all his fat upon the altar as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 27. If any one of the common people sin through ignorance, while he doeth somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and be guilty. Verse 28. Or if his sin which he hath sinned come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. Verse 29. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. Verse 30. And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar.
Just up here, I imagine. Imagine, meaning stand. Sarwapanya Hakwadam, meaning turn and face the east. We get ready to say these prayers in the Hebrew.
It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakut, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Asha, Baharataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathananawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakianawa, Kabawathianawa, Kasalakianawa, Kabawathianawa, Wala'ah, Taba Ya'ayanawa, Banasayan Wan, Abal, Haba Slakia, Hawashayanawa, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Wala'ala, Wahatapariyath, La Walam Yum. Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is a prayer for Akak, the power, in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Baba Kashah, Nathananawa, Akak, Larpa'ah, Ka Maka'ala, Waka Malawa, Akak, Latahar, Ha Matazarium, Akak, Lahaquium, Hamathium, Akak, Al-Rakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shan, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Tawad Aman.
This is in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
It's Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I-Shai, I-Yunyan, I-Ha'ariam, Mahayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yatayan, Lamawat, Ragarka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanayah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawawam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arak, Ba'alah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makayarai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaathka, Wabuathka, Mayatha, Wa'ad Alam.
This one, Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, it's like in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yashala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Dami Alaka, Al Tashakwash, Wal Tashakwat, Al Kana Hana, I.S.U.P.K, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al I.S.U.P.K, Ya'ari Yamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'ai Zawa, Ya'ai Tazawa, Al Tazapamwaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakium, Magawa, Wala Yazakar, Sham Yashala, Awada, Kaya, Nawa I Zawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Barath, Yakarathwa, Al Haya, Adawam, Wa, Yashamai, Ahalayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wayaman, Wayamalak, Palashath, I'm Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gamajawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadium, Kasaya Salaki, Kasaya Sarah, Kayaban, Banakal, Koyashan, Nashamadwa, Bayan Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La'ara Datma, Shaya Thamwa, Nada, Yapmawa, Kairab, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarawa, Naya Rashar, Lanawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahaya, Shaya Thamwa, Kagargula, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Daya Slake, Daya Ba'ira, Wakala Haba, Dahalat, Harayam, Khan, Daradatma, Basaya Raka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Dabahalam, Mahala, Panyaham, Kuala Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wana ba Slakia. Wana ba Bahawa.
Waya Bahawa.
I the I.
Ja'ai.
Waya Kaparwa.
Waya Kaparwa.
Waya Adam Abadwa.
Waya Badwa.
Waya Dayawa.
Waya Dayawa.
Kayahanna.
Kaya Ata.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labadka.
Labaka.
Al Yawan.
Al Yawan.
Al Kaharataza.
Alcohol Ratazai. It's a wild job, huh? What's on Kirk? This is the book of Psalms chapter 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off, for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be in no more remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brook of Kissam, which perished at Endor. They become as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, like Zeheb, yea, all their princes, as Zebah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stumble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
This is the power structure of blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Yahweh Slakia. Why Yahweh Shai? Why Maka'ala? Why Allahayim? Matazabayah. Allah YAHANNA. Ha Allah Hasaranyam. Ha Kat Slakia. Ha Kata Yanyam. Hakaya Yoyam. Wahawathiam. Yahweh. Bashim. Yahweh Shai. The Wadaman.
This is the rank and structure order for in the English. Like it. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commander Junior Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Sir, men of Israel, gird thyself to salute the Torah.
Men of Israel, we want to render one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Yadamatah. Sar. Sisters, Amajim. We want to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatah Bashim, Yahweh Shah. Yadamatah. Sabbath dismissed.